functional medicine expert and 3-time best-selling author whose latest book is all about keeping our guts healthy, strengthening and our intuition, and getting rid of stress and toxic body inflammation. Just last week, Will set the internet on fire. He went viral with Gwyneth Paltrow on his podcast, The Art of Being Well. They were talking about gut health and revealing Gwyneth Paltrow's typical daily diet.
What's your wellness routine look like now?
I eat dinner early in the evening. I do a nice intermittent fast. I usually eat something about 12. And in the morning, I'll have some things that won't spike my blood sugar, right? So I have coffee, but I really like soup for lunch. I have bone broth for lunch a lot of the days.
So, Tam Fam, Will Cole is here on our show to talk about why that clip, the little bit, that's a shortened version of it. Thank you so much for joining us. Thank you. That was a shortened version, but a lot of people responded because they felt like she was only drinking liquids, that she was saying she only did bone broth. Gwyneth Paltrow later clarified on her Instagram that she has high levels of inflammation, she says, due to long COVID, and that her anti-inflammatory diet does include proteins like fish and chicken. She doesn't just live on broth. Were you stunned by the way this went? It was everywhere. People were doing think pieces, criticizing. It was crazy.
We broke the internet, Tam Fam. We broke it over bone broth.
Over bone broth.
Yeah, and the reality is that was a clip. Like, it was an hour-long conversation. The clip was a few seconds. I just think it's really this kind of state of our world sometimes where people get their news from TikTok clips instead of context. So the context is she eats lots of good food, kind of like the foods here.
Yeah, and it hit another nerve because you talk about shame in gut conversations, and people started to shame her by what they thought they heard that she didn't even say.
It was so ironic because that was the conversation around stress and shaming people. She was talking about what works for her and not saying everybody else should do it. Yeah. So I think for all of us, it's bio-individuality. We're all different.
Bio-individuality. I love that because we don't talk about that enough. All right, so in your book, Gut Feelings, you talk about gut health and you say that our gut, if you will, is our second brain.
Yes.
What do you mean by that?
Well, our gut and brain are actually formed when we're growing in our mother's womb, and they are inextricably linked for the rest of our life through what's known as the gut-brain axis, or the connection between the gut and the brain. 95% of our serotonin, our happy neurotransmitter, it's made in our gut. It's stored in our gut. 50% of dopamine, our pleasure chemicals, are made in the gut.
Really?
And they influence our gut through what's called the vagus nerve, which is the largest cranial nerve in the body, our resting, digesting mechanism of our nervous system.
And so you're really trying to get us all to focus on gut feelings, and you have in your book a day in the life toward better gut health, and you have some examples of things that you think that we can add.
Yeah, this is a day in the life.
Okay.
We have breakfast here. We have an avocado toast here with some eggs. So it's not actual toast, everybody. It's like a slider, but we have some avocados, eggs.
That's a sweet potato under here, right?
Yes, it's a sweet potato under there.
Okay.
Want to try it?
Oh, sure.
The sweet potatoes are great because they're fiber rich.
Yeah.
And you know the saying, you are what you eat, but we are more what our microbiome eats. It's all the trillions of bacteria in our gut. In functional medicine, we talk a lot about poops. Is it okay to talk about pooping and eating at the same time?
Will? Really, Will? I wouldn't let her pop pimples. You know what I mean? Oh, my God.
We're getting real early in the morning here.
All right.
The reality is the fiber that we consume, this is a fiber-rich meal.
That's actually really good, so it's good going in. Go ahead.
It'll be good the other way, too. And the reality is, what's normal for bowel movements is 1 to 3 snakes a day. So remember that, everybody. As far as bowel movement, consistency and frequency, 1 to 3 snakes a day. 1 to 3 a day? Yes. If it's not that, the body's telling you something. I need to get to the hospital. 1 to 3 a day? Yeah, oh, my God. And fiber will help that. Fiber will help. I'm going to finish that then. Okay, for lunch, what do we have for lunch? For lunch, we have an amazing Thai-style chicken with this amazing lettuce wrap. Okay. So we're using, again, fiber here as well. So you're like load up on the fiber. Load up on the fiber. Okay. And chicken is great because it's a complete protein. Yeah. It helps to work on a hormone called ghrelin, which makes you feel fuller longer. Okay. And support blood sugar. So, you know, people can feel hangry in the afternoon. Like their blood sugars are all over the place. You know, it's like hungry and angry. I get hangry. Yeah, okay. So this will help support that so you don't feel the hangriness. Salmon, that's delicious. Oh my God. The salmon on here? Yeah, so for dinner, we're having an oven-steamed salmon with citrus salad, Do you know how salmons get their color?
No.
It's from what they eat. It's the same as flamingos.
Oh,
You know,
really?
Flamingos are pink.
Yeah.
They eat krill and shrimp, and you have these carotenoids.
And we benefit from that.
Absolutely.
Wow.
Something like the compound called astaxanthin helps to support our eyesight, our mood, our skin, like glowing skin. Plus it has vitamin A, which is really
And
important.
again,
for
I
our
want to
skin,
stress,
too.
you have this all in your book. Last but not least, I love dates.
Yeah.
You have that in your book
Yes,
as well?
we have filled dates with coconut and apricot. Do you say apricot or apricot?
I say delicious. There you go.
I think I go back and forth.
Apricot, apricot.
I'm
Apricot?
ambidextrous with apricot.
Apricot. Yeah, I think I like apricot. That's yummy.
Fiber filled as well. So 1 to 3 snakes a day. We'll be good here.
How much water a day?
About 8 glasses. a
8
day.
glasses a day. If there's one thing right now, real quick, that we should do immediately when the show ends,
Well-
other than the snakes. Go ahead.
I mean, look, the heart of my book is really you can't heal a body you hate. You cannot shame your
Like
way
that.
into wellness.
I like
You
it.
cannot obsess your way into health. So I wanted to infuse a grace and
Okay.
a lightness into wellness.
I like that. And guess what? All the recipes we talked about and more in Will's book, Gut Feelings, which is out now. You can also find the recipes, TamronHallShow.com. Go on there.